the two most important things that people are overlooking. Number one,
yes.
scheme-wise, if you move Josh around, how does that affect the other guys? Because if I'm doing your job, if I go over to the other side of the field to do someone else's job, now they have to do mine. If you have a trap scheme, a combo scheme, it could one side, and I've played in defenses where one side of the field, that corner is doing something completely opposite, and the rules are opposite for the guy on the other side of the field. That's number one. The most important thing that everyone's forgetting, when you travel, let's just say you'd want me to match up with Des Bryant, with Antonio Brown, with Odell Beckham Jr. This is his first year in a Washington uniform, the $70 million contract, and everyone's saying he should go play with this guy. What, does he know the defense well enough to travel? Because your responsibilities are going to be different at left corner, at right corner, at the left slot, at the right slot. What if they line him up in the backfield? What do you do in that situation? Because now you become a linebacker. If they snap the ball in that situation, what's your responsibility? So it's not as simple as if just lining a guy up on a player if you don't understand the defense. Because remember, this is Josh's first year in that defense. You have to know a scheme really well to travel. Or the other guys have to know it so well that they can tell you, when you line up here, this is what you have to do. I'm taking your spot. You need to do this when you get that call. So it has to be that type of communication. So everyone says, like you were playing a second ago, you think you know, but you don't know and you'll never know. It's a lot more to it than just lining up on a guy. You cover number 88. You cover number 84. You go cover number 13. Okay, what do you do in this situation?
So what happens on Sunday, do you think? Because don't you think, though, he does want to line up on 13?
Oh, I know he wants
every time.
I know he wants
How does Washington not coach everybody else up to make sure that that happens? When you're 0-2, you got to do it. You have to do it because you're not only feeding your beast, but you're also. But aren't you communicating to everyone else there, saying, "Look, we understand what you are looking for as a player, and we're going to be doing this. If you have this sort of thing, we're helping feed you." And feed off of Josh Norman. Let him put the team on his back, Eric.
Well, first of all, they're not 0-2 because of Josh. Josh played well when he had his opportunity.
No, I know, but when you're 0-2 and you have somebody like Josh who come maybe make you 1-2, you have to do that.
You know, they need to talk to Kirk Cousins first. Okay, that's number one. Kirk has to play better. Until he plays better, they're going to have problems. That's number one. But it's the scheme. How do you want to do it? Do you think you're better off having Josh cover this guy, or do you think you're better off having Josh stay where he is and you roll the defense? Because what people are doing right now, they're attacking Breeland.
Oh yeah, they are.
So Breeland has to come up and make plays, or you have to find ways to get Breeland help.
So what do you think happens Sunday? When they line up?
I think that they're going to continue to stay with their scheme and play it the way that they're playing it.
And what if Beckham goes deep on Breeland? By the way, if I'm Eli and I see Breeland on 13, first snap, second snap, third snap, that's it. I don't care what the play is. I don't care if McAdoo wants me handing off to Rashad Jennings. I don't care if the coverage shows Sterling Shepard's going to be open. I honestly do not care.
No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Eli's going to go through his progressions. Of course, he's
like any good Manning would.
But when he sees that matchup, depending on what the calls are, he's going to try to take advantage of it. But he's going to try to do the same thing when Eli. I guarantee you, Eli is going to take his shots at Josh when he's over there because. As much as I know Josh wants that, this is the way I would look at this. If we're playing a pickup game on the park, okay, we're on the park, we're playing a pickup game, sandlot football like we used to when we were kids, and I have to choose either Josh or Odell because I know he's my wideout on offense, he's my DB on defense. I am picking Odell. As much as I like Josh, I'm picking Odell. Why? Because I think Odell is a better athlete. He's just one-on-one. I just think that he can win more often. So this is one of those situations where it's scheme and knowing where your help and all those type things that Josh is extremely good at, they come into play. Just one-on-one matchups, man coverage, and that's not what the Washington does a lot of. But in those situations, I actually like Odell.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.